Hi everyone, welcome to 52 Weeks to Save the Planet. And this week we're going to be talking about... And here we have the British holidaymaker about to set off on her annual vacation. And she could be easily recognised by permanently having a drink in her hand. Taxi!
What's that you're saying, sweetie? It's breakfast time? Oh, well then you'd better make it a large then, darling.
And she'll quickly move inside when she realises it's too hot for her delicate composition and it's making the ice in her drink melt. So, summer holidays are coming up. I have already booked my flight and I'm soon to depart. I have a list of ways that I could reduce the impact of my travel. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to share with you one of my favourite hacks that I've come across so far, which requires hardly any effort and it has a really massive impact, and I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you. But for now, let's see how I get on with all of the suggestions about my flight and see how well I do. So the first thing on the list is to reduce the amount that I'm actually travelling. So I generally only have one holiday a year, and I don't really want to give that up. Also, I do travel for work. Sometimes I was in Paris a few weeks ago, and you may have seen, if you follow me on Instagram, that I was walking from meeting to meeting rather than using public transport. And I also took the Eurostar instead of Fly. It takes almost exactly the same amount of time. It's like 29 times less impact on the CO2 emissions of flying. So some of the choices that we make day to day, whether you're travelling for personal or for business, can have an impact. Flying economy means you need less planes to travel people the distance that they need to go. Switching to an e-boarding pass means you don't need to print a paper ticket. Pack light. I said pack light. Less weight means less fuel used. There are lots of places to fill up your reusable water bottle. You can fill it up at the airport, you can fill it up on the aeroplane, but just remember to take it to the airport empty because you won't be able to get through security with your bottle full of water already. You just need to fill it up on the other side once you get through. When you fly during the day, some of the emissions from the aeroplane get neutralised by the sun's rays. So when possible, fly during the day instead of taking the night flight. Planes get very hot when they fly. Keeping the windows down means the plane stays cooler and they don't need to use as much energy to cool the plane. Instead of using the blankets provided by the aeroplane, which come in a plastic packet, bring your own. Similarly, you could bring your own headphones instead of using the ones provided by the airline. Just make sure that you get the ones with the right jack. You need the old-fashioned style. The ones that they use for the iPhone, unfortunately, won't work. So I finally made it to my holiday. Welcome to Dubai. Quite a lot of air miles here, so I'm going to have a look and see what else I can do to offset the emissions of my flight. So I've just checked the CO2 emissions of a flight for 4 people from London Heathrow to the glorious Dubai. It's 8.2 tonnes, which is almost half of how much one person emits in a whole year. So yeah, not feeling like that's very good. So I'm going to have a look and see what I can do about that. So it says it's going to cost £175 to offset the emissions of my flight, which will go into community projects and planting trees. It's probably not that much in relation to the cost of how much I paid to come here, but I'm still not sure that I want to part with £175 to somewhere that I don't know if they even are going to do what they say on their websites. I guess for me, it's not really that much of a practical solution. Instead, I found a brilliant way of offsetting the emissions of my flight for free. And welcome to Ecosia, the search engine that plants trees for you. Simply download the app, and every time you make a search, the ad revenue that it generates is spent on fantastic projects. And you can see on the app which projects they're investing in, how many trees they're planting. They're already up to around 62 million trees that they've planted. I need to plant 213 trees to offset the emissions of my flight within 1 year. And I've downloaded this app and already made 45 searches within the last 2 days. So that's basically going to take a year for me to plant all the trees and offset the emissions that I need for my flight. And not just that, those trees are going to last for 20 to 40 years. So the benefit is going to carry on long after I've offset my flight. So if you only take one thing away from today's video, then it's that using the Ecosia search engine is a really fantastic way to help the environment. And it requires almost no effort at all. Once you've downloaded the app, you can just use it exactly the same as you would use any of the other search engines. As always, have a great week, and if you come up with any suggestions that you want to share, please do comment, because it's really about creating a conversation about ways that we can all help to reduce our impact on our planet and live more sustainably. And I am in no way an expert, I really am just learning, and some of the best tips that I've had so far have actually been from conversations I've had with other people. So please do share your ideas, because you know, as I say, I'm not the expert here. I'm just sharing my journey and hoping that other people might also join in. If you like my video, as always, please like, subscribe and share, and I'll look forward to seeing you for next week's challenge.
Chin chin. Or should that be gin gin?